Hey everybody, I hope you guys are all doing okay and welcome back to Let's Play Chronicon. In this episode we're going to continue doing endless anomalies and we're going to continue on this path until one of three things happens. Number one, either we find an ice anomaly early and we get our ice beast upgraded. We just need 100 bits of clear ice, which really all we need is a single ice level of reasonable size, and then we could get that done. And if we get that done, then this end game playthrough is over. It will be done. But if we don't get that, there are two other ways this last little end game of the end game that we're in could play out. The other option is we keep on doing endless anomalies until we've gotten enough crystal to upgrade the entire stash, and that would take a very long time because we've got to get one more row in this stash page, and then there are two more rows after that. You'll notice there are two more icons that are highlighted in red. That would take a whole lot of crystal, so I'm hoping we're not stuck here doing endless anomalies that long. But if that's what it takes, I'll go for it. But it may not even be in my hands, because the third option and the third thing that might happen is that we keep on going forward in the endless anomalies until eventually they are too hard for us to clear, and then we would be forced to do like old ones that we've already done, and I'm not too keen on that. So if that situation comes up, then what I will do is I will go here into the expedition tree and I'll find and I'll go specifically to an ice level to collect the last bits of ice. And again, like I mentioned, one option is like we keep grinding until we've bought the entire stash. If somehow that happens, I don't think it will, and I hope it doesn't, but if somehow that does happen, then after that I will similarly shut the whole anomaly grind down, and I'll come to the expeditions to get the last bit of ice I need to upgrade the beast. But really, it is this beast that is the bottleneck, because I mentioned I want at least one character with all the beasts upgraded. So this is the only thing that I can do only with this character. I mean, I guess conceivably I could start a new character, and then when they get to the end game, when they start doing expeditions, they could put some of their ice into the shared stash. But would that even work? Let me just see. Would that work? Okay, it does work, but I'm not gonna do that because that's a stupid idea. So that is just a bit. I know I do silly things for completionism, but that would be a bit. That would be crossing a line of some kind. I can't explain how, but somehow that just feels too silly to do. So yes, that is what lies before us. Somehow this endgame run with the Warden is going to end with the upgrading of this beast, one way or another. So you know what? For now, we're still able to clear these anomalies. We're also about to get a bit of a stat boost. When we hit 100 mastery points, I will put them into mana. That'll give us a bit more damage, a bit more survivability as well. No ice level to start out with. That's okay. So I don't think we are at our limit yet in terms of what we can clear. In fact, I believe we have yet to even die in these endless anomalies, although we have had a couple really close calls. So far we're doing okay. And this is nice. A nice quick level. Let's go through it quickly. We've got some Treants. We don't need their materials anymore. So no need to worry about running around. In fact, we don't need any creature materials anymore at all, because the last creature material that we needed was the sandworm meat. Before that we needed fey dust and treant bark, but now we're done. We're done with all of that. So I really don't need to pay attention that much to what's going on in terms of the creatures in the level, although I kind of do, because some of them are gonna be dangerous. And I nearly let my streak die out because I didn't quite get a handle of where to shoot to hit the enemy that was around the corner. So I need to be careful. I feel like, yeah, we are taking some, we're taking some big hits of damage, and it is very hard to see what the enemies are even doing because of all the frantic action on the screen, all these attacks and their animations, all along with my own attacks and their animations, especially the splinter effect that's kind of just radiating out from the enemies I hit, and also the treant companion that I have. It's very, very difficult to see what's going on. And again, I feel like I almost let my streak run out. But I also don't want to be overly enthusiastic about keeping a streak going, because if I get myself killed doing that, then the entire streak will have gone to waste, and we can run to the next level, which is what I will do. Ideally, with the streak still intact. I don't like these spell effects. I don't know if they're doing a lot of damage to me. I'm not looking at my HP right now. I'm looking at my character and the enemies around me, but that was just very disturbing looking. Yeah, see more of that. I don't like that at all. Do not like that, sir. Alright, come on, let's find an enemy to hit. Oh, somehow managed to keep my streak alive, even though I feel like I kind of went the wrong way. I was able to hook around that corner quick enough to hit those enemies and keep the chain going. Are we gonna start off with a nice streak? Looks like it, because it looks like we have a nice level with large crowds of weak enemies, which is exactly the kind of thing you need to keep, well, number one, to keep your streak alive, because if there are crowds of them, it'll be easier to just shoot in a random direction and then have some degree of confidence that you'll be hitting something. But also, because there are so many of them, although, I feel like I've messed this up. Okay, I wasn't charting my path very well through this dungeon. Okay, somehow I managed to hook it back here, and that is what I was hoping for. I was hoping to kill enough enemies in the back part of the level so that by the time I came down here to the exit, because this is the last anomaly level, that I would hit 1,000, and we just barely hit 1,000. Really happy about that. And again, oh, let's not die to the boss. Okay, Clattergore has been dealt with, and we are getting close to that 100 points in mastery that I was talking about earlier. Ooh, one thing I didn't do is that I didn't set a timer for myself. You know what? We're not gonna do a timer this time. I'm just gonna wing it, and we'll see how that goes. Normally I set a timer on my phone, because when you're doing repetitive things without necessarily an end goal in mind, like you could be doing anomalies for ages, so you can lose track of time. So for that reason, previous episodes I've kept a timer, but instead of a timer, what I'll do is I will try and keep track of how many anomalies I've done. And so we've done 1, and let's say we'll do 4 this time, because the first one felt like it was a bit short. Sell this stuff. That quest item is still giving me a bit of grief, because it's just taking up space and it's not doing anything useful for me. But you know what, that's okay. Do we need to keep a Mark II injector? Not when we already have Mark III injectors. So I'm just gonna sell this. And we're gonna continue on to our next anomaly, but before we do that, let me just take my elixirs, because they are about to expire. There we go. Tier 71. Is this gonna be ice? It is not. But I like these castle layouts because they generally tend to be more compact compared to some of the more open, like outdoor locations, you know, the desert, the volcanic lake, whatever that biome is, or the forest. Sometimes those can get a bit out of hand in terms of how sprawled out the levels are. These ones are, like, it's a built environment, so it's not surprising that it's laid out in a more logical and orderly fashion. But also I find that they're just generally smaller. Like, we haven't been in this level long at all, and we're already 80% done and nearly to the exit. So these are going to be good for getting through the anomalies quickly. Not necessarily good for, like, loot grinding. You know, if you're hunting down true legendaries, you probably won't find that many, because that's more just a function of how long, like, how much stuff there is in the level. Oh, I was figuring out where the exit was, and I, for some reason, thought it would be one of these, but no, the exit is this trapdoor in the ground, so that's my bad. I wasted my streak there. It's okay. We started out with a streak of 1,000. I'm happy with that, even if we don't get any more good streaks for the rest of the level. Although I will be trying. You know, I'm not gonna throw in the towel just yet, but I don't feel the pressure. Having had a good start like this, I feel like I can kind of just relax and just see how things go. Right. Easy, easy. Keeping an eye on my, not my health, but my shields, which essentially is my health. If my shields go down, I have only a tiny sliver of health. Although I feel like, I think it might have been last episode, or the episode before that, where my shields did go down, and the enemy did start doing health damage, but wasn't quite able to do enough to kill me. So that was the closest the enemies got to killing me. So, like, I nearly died, so my, like, the gist of what I said is still true. If enemies do get through our shields, not necessarily guaranteed to kill us, but very, very likely. It'll be very easy for them to take us down. And once again, I let the kill streak lapse. This time, just by being slow and lazy. No real. Not gonna try and make any excuses there. That was just poor play on my part, and it's disappointing because now we're in a level with with crowds of small enemies. It would have been great to add these onto our previous kill streak, but you know what? It's okay. Even by themselves, they'll give us a little bit. And one thing I will say that makes these levels a bit challenging sometimes is it's not always obvious which sections will be walled off and which ones you'll be able to walk through. Like, there will be these different rooms, but at least at this point I haven't gotten an intuitive sense of when there will be... Excuse me? I am astonished that we weren't at 100%. Now we are. Yes, what I was gonna say. So I guess this is a good example. This is a level where you can come in from here, and you can... I was gonna say you can come out... Like, on the map, it looks like you should be able to walk, but I guess you can't. I guess this is a better example. This room, where you can go in from here, and then come out from there. Like, you can go in, and then... continuing on in the same direction, get back into the... main part of the castle, whereas rooms like this, you go in and you have to come out the way you came in, backtrack a little bit. And backtracking is usually what ends up destroying your kill streak, because if you've killed all the enemies along the way, and then you're going back to an area you've already been, that is costing you time, you're backtracking, and then looking for a new room, often that bit of time is what makes the difference. But yeah, that's just an observation I had about this particular layout. And who is this? Let's keep our distance. And he has been taken down. And we should be at 100 points of mastery. Indeed, yes we are. We will spend those points very shortly. Before that, we will do our selling the way we usually do. Nothing in our beast's inventory. Okay, so let's just go here, and we're gonna put we're gonna put 100 points into mana. Alright, so hold X to spend 5. This is a bit tricky because I've got to hold X and then press A. So we're gonna do this 20 times until the leftmost number on that row hits 600. And now let's look at our shield. We didn't actually gain that much shield. Yeah, we didn't gain that much shield at all. So maybe for our next 100 points, rather than getting, a tiny sliver of shield and a paltry amount of damage, we should just put our points directly into damage. Alright, that's something to consider. It'll be a while before we get our next 100 points. Right. Doing anomaly number 3 now. I think... Let's make this a bit for a longer episode. Let's do 5 anomalies. Really want... Not that I'm eager to stop playing, but I really want to get this character done. I feel like we've you know what, I should have not bothered fighting these. I should just run. And I kept the streak alive, which is good. It's another short level. These short levels where it's basically just a circular path and the exit is on the opposite side of where you start. These ones I don't mind, because these jungle forest layouts can be a lot crazier than this. I'll hit the 100. And no, I was standing at the wrong place. But somehow I kept it alive. And now we're in one of those crazier layouts that I mentioned. Because it's hard for me to even know where to walk in this. Yeah, see, I was so fixated on how to cross between, the different land parts. The land masses, not really, because it's one single land mass, but it's got these bits of water that you can't cross, and then bits of water that you can cross, because, you know, it's denoted by these little rocks on them. It's visually hard to tell when there are enemies, and, you know, when I'm looking at the map as well, that blocks a small part of the screen. I guess it's a little bit transparent, but hard to tell still what's underneath it. Anyway, not really going to bother too much with streaks because we've already lost ours, so we're just going to... We are very far away from finishing though. We're below... Well, now we're above 50%. But it seems we're going to have to run around quite a bit. And here you see the difference between those nice, neat castle layouts and this very chaotic outdoor environment layout, where it's a lot more of a... It's a lot more work simply going around and clearing your way to the next level. But somehow we're doing it, are we? Yep. I don't know why there was such a huge gap between enemies, or between groups of enemies. I feel like that's usually not the case. I mean, I could have probably kept my streak alive if I'd shown a bit more urgency. I didn't think I would need to. There's a long gap in between groups. Anyway, you know what? No need to... Like, I probably shouldn't be constantly complaining and making excuses for things that I could have done better. You know, it's something I'm trying to work on, but you know what? Probably not gonna, you know, solve that problem in this series. So if you're waiting on a version of me that is actually self-reflective and acknowledging of his own limitations and not blaming the world for all his problems, you'll probably be waiting quite a while before that version of me manifests itself. Okay, Eruptus, we've seen you before. We've just got... Oh, okay, we've just got to be careful. Oh, we've got to watch the ground. And... Alright. So, this was our third anomaly, right? Or was it our fourth? You know what, I'm just gonna check to see how long the... Okay, we're only at 22 minutes. So, we're making good time. Alright. Don't really need any of these. The only item I am looking for is a 3 gold star version of the Vestige of Lost Souls. How many crystals are we... You know what, we'll dump these crystals into the stash at the end of the episode. Okay. What sort of madness are we going to find in this level? Looks like it's a big one based on how slowly the progress bar is filling up, and indeed based on how far the exit is from the entrance, although we are past 10%. So we gotta keep going. Okay, let's relax. Let's not take a bunch of damage from our enemies throwing garbage on the ground, or causing garbage to erupt from the ground. Just various kinds of ground situations that you've got to worry about. Anytime you see a circle on the ground, the short version is, anytime you see a colored circle on the ground that wasn't there before, that isn't part of the environment, then it's a safe bet that something bad is about to happen, and you should probably move away from it. Yeah, this is a long, long level. I feel like before I go up towards the exit, I should actually go down and get some kills, because I don't want to be in a situation where I get to the exit and I haven't gotten enough kills and I have to come all the way back here. So might as well get these kills while I am still down here. And easy. Everybody calm down. Please form orderly queues while I murder you. Thank you for your cooperation. Okay, now I think we can start making our way up. I hope I don't eat those words. I hope I don't wind up at the exit and I'm at 99%, because that would be really frustrating, but I think we're fine. I think we're gonna hit 100 very shortly, actually. There we go. And not really doing a good job on streaks in this level. You know what? I just really don't like this environment, so I'm gonna wait until we're in a different sort of level. And okay, what have we been thrown into here is another potentially large level, because once again the progress bar is filling up pretty slowly. Okay, that's... Oh, I got stuck in that little tree pocket, that triangular arrangement of trees. I couldn't move forward. But I was able to get myself out of it. I kept my streak alive, a couple hundred, not too bad, you know. Doing okay. Doing okay. Not amazing, but okay. Look, I said at the beginning when we got that 1000 streak on our first anomaly that I'd be perfectly happy if that's the best streak we get all day. And you know what? I stand by it. Like, I'm not a particularly super high efficiency player, so you know, you could argue that my standards are low, that I should be trying better, but you know what? Just let me play the way I want to, you know? And the way I want to dictates that one streak of 1000 is good enough. Okay, now that we've established that, let's continue on with this level. It really is a big one. It's going so slowly. After several really quick anomalies, now the big slow ones are starting to bog us down a little bit. It's okay. Okay, come on. Streak of 500. And we're still only on floor 2. Okay, let's take a step back, because there's all kinds of craziness going on. We're getting close to the 100%. Indeed, we've hit that 100%. But there's a large crowd of enemies that we would be well advised to kill anyway, because if we just ran blindly for the exit, there's a good chance that they would kill us or damage us along the way. But also, they are adding to our kill streak. Alright. Alright. Which way is the exit? I'm trying to see. Okay, it's towards the north. So maybe I want to loop around south a little bit before I go towards the exit. Let's see how that works for us. Okay, these enemies with the you know, the giant modifier that just makes them bigger, they always freak me out a little bit. But usually they're not dangerous, but they just look intimidating because of how big they are. Okay, let's carry on. Okay, come on. Whoa, easy. Okay. Everybody just calm down. You guys need to relax, right? I hear rats dying off screen. I don't even know where they are. But if there are, you know, rats on this level, then that's good. Because that means we're gonna get a lot of kills. Oh, hey! Hey, we hit 1,000. I genuinely wasn't even paying attention to the kill streak, but somehow, despite my terrible play, despite my best efforts at self-sabotage, somehow we've hit a second streak of 1,000. Which I'm very happy about. Very happy indeed. Let's see how far we can push it. Probably not far, because there isn't much left to this level. There are areas to the far left, the far west, that probably had enemies in them, but at this point they are like, they're gone. Like, we're not gonna be able to go all the way there and still keep our streak intact. So whatever enemies we can kill. Oh, and there's a whole section of the map to the south, which probably also has enemies. So what I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna try and go there, because I feel like, yeah, there's a bigger section there than there was around the exit. So we're gonna see what sort of havoc we can cause in this corner of the map, and then probably our streak is gonna come to a close. Oh, is it? Oh. Alright, yeah, now we're at the end, I think. Yep. And now we're gonna run back to the exit. Yeah, there really weren't that many enemies around the exit at all, so I feel vindicated in my decision. Alright, let's go. Gotta take the boss down now. Who is the boss? Oh, this guy. Are you dangerous? I don't know. Okay, you need to chill. Okay. Oh, we can't even pick up all the items just because of how much loot we picked up along the way. It shouldn't be surprising. This is a big level. That is one thing that happens with big levels. You pick up a lot of stuff depending on what your loot filters are. Alright. Let's do the same thing we've been doing. Hey, another randomly dropped lesser rune. Don't need that. Hey, look! We found a 3 gold star vestige of lost souls. That is nice. Alright, so this is the one we had, which is 0 gold stars, all silver stars. We'll take that out. We'll put in, make sure we put in the correct one. We'll put in this one. And then we'll sell that one. And while we are here, the page with the runes, we will drop in this rune. I don't remember which one it was. It doesn't really matter. It stacked with its brother, sister rune, and now there's a stack of 2 of them. So you know, let's sell this, and let's take the items from our beasts inventory, sell those as well. Some of them we'll have to keep, like these crafting materials, but the rest we'll sell. Okay. This is taking longer just because of how much stuff there is to deal with. Okay, now let's drop in these items on the appropriate stash page. And nothing in our beast inventory. It's fine. We're gonna do, I think, one more anomaly. I'm gonna take my elixirs. I'm also gonna check to see what... We're at 35 minutes. We can do one more anomaly before we start doing our wrap-up. Is this going to be the ice anomaly that we've been after? It is not, but it looks like it's going to be another short one. So, that is good. Okay. Guys, calm down. Alright, let's keep on going. I am taking some hits. Hard to even tell what's hitting me when there's this much chaos on the screen. That's part of what I love about this game, just how crazy it can become with all these effects going off at once. I know I complain about how it can make it hard to see what's going on, but like visually it is kind of beautiful. Okay, let's carry on. This is a longer indoor castle layout level, but even so, like, because it's laid out in such a logical way, it really doesn't feel long. Right? You're pretty much just walking in a line until you get to the exit, and then usually you will have gotten the kills you need before you get to the exit, and then you can just walk through to the next area, usually. Alright, let's keep going. Oh, I got stuck on the wall there. We're getting close to 100. I'm gonna kill these enemies to the right of me, just to make sure we hit that 100, and make sure that I remind myself that the door to the next part of these anomalies is a trap door, and not run around looking for some other kind of graphic and lose an anomaly for stupid reasons, like what happened once earlier this episode. Let's keep going. And despite it not even feeling like I'm making an effort, it's been easy going so far. But despite that, we've got a streak of more than 500 now. Wow. I guess we've been helped along by the fact that a lot of these, or both of the floors I think we've done so far, had groups of small enemies like these ones. In addition to being easy to navigate. Those two things, I think, really help get your streaks longer. Alright, let's keep going. And we have indeed gotten the kills that we need. But let's get a few more, because we might as well, before we run to the next. And that one, the trapdoor to the next level, was actually behind a pillar. That could have been really awkward if I hadn't, if my brain hadn't been in kind of high gear at that point, and I like realized what was going on. Like I looked ahead, and I'm like, where is this exit? I don't see it. I see a pillar. It's probably behind the pillar. I did all that thinking even before I got to that point. Pretty proud of myself. But yes, okay. Speaking of thinking ahead, I nearly doomed myself by not thinking ahead by going into an area, like I was speaking earlier about how the one thing that makes these layouts challenging is that sometimes it's not always obvious which paths will connect to other paths. So I went down a path that was essentially a dead end. But I realized it was a dead end early enough and went back to the main path that would keep on going towards the exit. Okay, we need to be a little careful here, because some of these guys are capable of dealing a lot of damage. We do have a nice streak going. Potentially our third streak of 1,000 for the episode, depending on how many enemies there are around the exit. We might fall painfully short. I hope we don't. But it's a nice open area around the exit, so I think we might be able to do it. We just need a bit of cooperation from this map layout. There we go. Annihilation, we did it. Our third streak of 1,000 in this episode, and I'm very happy with that. Very happy indeed. Let's take down the boss to cap off what has been a pretty nice episode. Let's not die to the boss. No, that'd be a... Alright, let's now continue and let us sell all the stuff. Maybe I should stop picking up items to sell, because their values are kind of hard capped at whatever you get. Like, even true legendaries after 3 gold stars aren't going to get any better than that. And eventually you'll get more crystals by completing high level anomalies as a reward for the anomaly, and for high streaks within the anomaly than for selling items afterwards. So I might actually adjust my loot filters now that we've gotten the last item that we needed, which was the gold star vestige. Well, I'll think about that in between episodes. For now, think... Oh! What? Oh. I was trying to get to my beast's inventory. For some reason I was struggling to find where it was. But there was nothing there, so we're fine. What we're gonna do now is I'm gonna buy some more stash space. 15 million has given us the rest of that page, and unlocked a little bit in the next page, and now it'll be 17.5 million for each line. So we can do 3 of these. We won't have quite enough for 4. Yep. But still, we've gotten halfway through this stash page. Pretty good. Maybe, who knows? Maybe we will actually buy the entire stash before we find another ice anomaly. Who knows? But anyway, that is going to be all for this episode. What did we accomplish? Well, we bought some more stash space, which technically does count as it is a permanent upgrade, and each line that we buy, we'll never have to do it again, so that's, you know, a bit of permanent progress. So we did a bit of that. We also found the last item that I was looking for. I wanted gold star versions of all the true legendaries. Not all the true legendaries in the game, these are only the ones that this character can find. But we do have 3 gold star versions for all of them, just in case they are needed for somebody's build down the line. Either this character or a different character later. So we are done with that. The only thing left is to continue fixing, like buying the rest of the stash, and then eventually upgrading our beast. One of these days, we will get another ice level, and we will get that upgrade done. Although, as I mentioned earlier, if we've done literally everything else, and the only thing left is to upgrade this guy, then I will actually go into the expedition and force the game to give us an ice level. We'll do it that way. But yes, that is gonna be all for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like, and if you want to watch some more, do consider consider subscribing. But either way, I hope to see you in the next episode, and until then, take care.